the other day, last week, Thanksgiving, my sister took a picture of me and I noticed how prominent my overbite has become. And I'll leave a video of my teeth. If you haven't noticed, I have an overbite. And I noticed how prominent my overbite has been. So I decided to wear my retainer. But last night when I tried putting on my retainer, it wouldn't fit. And it was very upsetting that it didn't fit. It's been like, I think I last wore it in March or April. So it's been like 8 months. I don't know the longest I've ever gone without wearing a retainer, but every time I've come back, I don't know if the gap has been that long. The gap, teeth joke. I don't know if the gap has ever been that long, but in the past, every time I've come back to my retainer, it has fit again. So this is the first time that's ever not fit. So it's very upsetting because this overbite is going to be permanent now unless I get braces again. And 2, my dad really wasted $5,000 for me to not wear my retainer. Imagine what we could have done with that $5,000. So there's a lot of anger and sadness at first, but then I start to think deeper and think about how, orthodontics is a freaking scam because you can't change what God intended for you in terms of your teeth. I'm not saying there's a God. I'm saying you can't change your teeth were meant to be the way they were. You can't change it because inevitably, if you have braces, whatever, it's going to revert back to that form. And you can see this when I watched the video last night about a girl who stopped wearing it for 1 day after she got her braces removed and they had already shifted. What the heck? You spend 2 years wearing braces just for you to take them off and then it shifts right back to its original form. That there in itself tells me that braces and orthodonty is a huge fucking scam. I'm sorry I cursed, but a huge scam. So your teeth are gonna revert back, and my teeth reverted back. And the thing is, so I actually had a permanent retainer on my bottom teeth. So the thing is, my teeth were never crooked; they're straight. I just had an overbite. But they actually put a permanent retainer on my bottom teeth, and which my bottom teeth didn't need that permanent retainer. So I don't understand why they didn't put a permanent retainer on my top teeth instead of relying, because that's where the problem was, right? My top teeth. So they should have put a permanent retainer there instead of banking on the fact that I'll wear my retainer, which I didn't wear my retainer. And I know other friends who had a gap in their tooth and now they stopped wearing their retainer and their gaps have gone, has come back. And the thing is it's a big scam. Okay, 1, because it's useless. Your teeth are going to go back to the way it was unless you are very good about wearing a retainer every day. And then 2, it's a scam because it's all about vanity. I was on debate.org or some other site where it's every other kind of plastic surgery is looked down upon for a child, right? A child or someone young wanting to change the way they look is looked down upon. Yet parents are scammed by orthodontists and dentists to get their children's teeth fixed, even though for vanity purpose. I understand orthodonty, if your teeth has serious problem and it's affecting your life, the way you, it's affecting how you can eat and how you can survive. But other than that, most people get orthodontic braces because for vanity reasons. It's so for example, if a child comes to their parents and asks for plastic surgery, they're going to automatically say no, but they ask for braces. Well, actually a child isn't going to ask for braces, but a parent's totally fine with their child having braces to spend $5,000 to fix their child's teeth for vanity purpose. And to be perfectly honest, throughout, when has having nice teeth benefited me? Has never benefited me to have nice teeth. My life wouldn't have been different either way if I had a override, which I still do now. So it's all that for nothing. They're scamming parents in that you're getting a child to go through this procedure. Why don't you just let the child, when they're older, decide for themselves whether they want braces or not? Instead, like, parents now like force their children to have braces, even though the child doesn't necessarily or consent to it. It's like, oh, it's my choice. It's not like, most time it's not the child consenting to wanting or like asking the parents for braces. It's like the parents doing this on their child, which is really weird. Because like, what if like, imagine like a parent like going to telling their children, their daughter, to like get a boob job. Like, that's kind of how it is. It's crazy. And I didn't even have braces that young. I was in middle school. I think I was in 8th grade and I had braces. And I was really responsible. I stopped drinking soda and all the things. And then like I wore my rubber band. So like I was able to get them off in 2 years. But like I know my cousins are like, they had braces in elementary school. So it's starting even younger and younger now, which is crazy. But okay, so that's orthodonty, my rant on I can't say words. But even bigger, I think like the whole dentistry industry is a scam too. Like, obviously, if your teeth, like I said, with braces and orthodonty, if your teeth actually need work, like, dentistry is great. Like, people who actually need that. But like normal stuff they do, I guess I don't know. I feel like I think I went to a good dentist, and like I never hated going to the dentist for my cleanings, but did hate the x-rays and all that. But and before I continue, if you're a dentist or orthodontist, do not come for me in the comments, because I know that it is your profession. So of course you're going to defend it. But this is my opinion from a consumer point of view. So let's just go through my whole history of dentistry. So growing up, I loved my childhood dentist. Like, I never had a dental hygienist. Like, I didn't have any problems. So then, but he did recommend braces. So I don't actually, did he recommend, or my dad asked about it for a recommendation? Anyway, so that's the only misstep he took, I think, in trying to scam us into money. Other than that, he never scammed me into into giving him money. Then when I moved and like got my own job and I was in a different city, I went to a new dentist, and I went to one my roommate recommended. I did not like them at all. Like, whenever I went, like, it was painful. Like, I had never experienced pain going to a dentist before like that. Like, they were aggressive. I did not like it. And in addition to that, this is where like the scamming really started. They were like, so I had this like extra piece of tooth skin. It's not skin. Tissue, whatever, that was like covering one of my back teeth. And they were like, oh, you should remove that so it's easier for you to clean your tooth so it doesn't get a cavity. Before, like, that piece of tissue or whatever was never a problem before. But they were like, oh, you should move that so you can clean it better so you don't get a cavity. And like, we should fill it in so you don't get cavities on both sides. It was like my teeth was not smooth. So they're like, oh, you should fill it in so you don't get a cavity. So I was like, before then I wasn't woke, or I wasn't questioning things, and I just went with it. I was like, yeah, that makes logical sense. Even though like that had never been an issue before. Like, I had never had cavities back there before. And I've never even had a cavity. And I still don't know like what's the cause of cavities and all that. But I know that I personally have not had cavities. Even though I drank soda a ton as a child. But okay, moving on. So I got that procedure done, and I don't remember. Thankfully, I had insurance back then, so that's probably why I went with it, because I was under my dad's dental insurance still. Anyway, so after that, flash forward a few years, like, so those two back teeth that I got fillings in, they actually have developed black marks on them. Which I've had before on my teeth. So I've had black marks. And then so recently, when I lived back up Northern Virginia again, I went to a dentist again. But instead of going to the one my roommate recommended, because I didn't like them, I chose another one that I found on myself that was covered under my new insurance. I think they were a lot cooler. I like them better. But still, they still recommended. So these black dots, I don't know what the technical term is. Maybe it'll come to me. The black dots, what's it called? They're not. scars, stains. So they're stains. They're stains. My old dentist, the one I love, childhood dentist, said they were just stains. He examined them. They're just stains. Yet these new dentists told me that I had a cavity in these two back teeth, the most back teeth. And I was like, I don't think so. So when they recommended I get fillings, I was like, no. Even though I had dental insurance at this point, I was like, no, I'm not going to fall for it anytime. So I know these are just stains on my teeth. I've had them before, like they've never progressed to more than a stain into a full-on cavity. I know my body, like I know it. So I didn't go on through with the freaking fillings. So yeah, they were trying to make more money off me. I mean, obviously, I don't think that was they really just wanted, so I didn't go through with the fillings, but I did get a cleaning. So, okay, so this, I think you should brush your teeth. Okay, so like, in my family, there's like me and like my uncle who went vegan first, and then me, and then his twin brother, my uncle's twin brother, went vegan. So, they believe that you don't need to brush your teeth because you're vegan. Like, you don't eat meat. Like, your teeth isn't gonna be dirty. And I was like, okay, like, because I hate brushing. I don't know, like, okay, back then in high school, before I got depressed, like, brushing my teeth wasn't a problem. But since in adulthood, like, brushing my teeth, like, especially like before bed, is just such a hassle to me, even though it's like less than 5 minutes of your time. But it's such a hassle. So like, I was like, okay, that's okay. I don't need to brush my teeth. I'm vegan, which is not true at all. So I wouldn't brush my teeth. Not when I felt lazy. I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna brush my teeth. Which, like, now that I think about it, is like absurd. Like, because I've retrained myself to make it a habit that I need to brush my teeth for like more than a year now. Because I went in October or November of last year. That's when they had to do the big cleaning. But I was like, that's crazy. Like, I wouldn't brush my teeth sometimes before I went to bed, which is wild. Now I think, because like I was teaching, I was just so freaking tired that I didn't brush my teeth. Also, I wouldn't floss every day, but now that I do because of that big cleaning. So that big cleaning like took a chunk out of my wallet. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to go to the dentist to have to do that deep cleaning yet. Oh, also because I went to the dentist and told me like my bottom roots, here, we're going to connect this back to braces. My bottom roots are like that of a 40-year-old. So that was like, I need to change my habits and like make sure that doesn't happen again. But I think this is actually not because of my personal hygiene habits and more because of braces. We'll get that to a second. But they did a deep cleaning. They had to do a deep cleaning because my teeth was just so dirty. But actually, where it was most dirty was in the bottom, because that's where that permanent retainer was. That's where it was most dirty, because obviously I didn't floss. So I don't know. I don't think it's the same with everyone, but for me specifically, because my teeth are so tight together on the bottom, I could, like, a lot of buildup would occur in my bottom teeth. And that's why braces are another waste of money, because they're just going to create problems for you later on, like this permanent retainer. Did I mention how it fell off last year on my road trip? I didn't mention that, but yeah, it fell off. I was like, nope, I'm not going to get it again. I'm not going to go to the dentist and tell them put it back right on, because like my teeth were straight in the first place down there. And I'm like, I don't want to go through all that buildup to occur in my teeth again, even though I floss every day now. But yeah, flossing has become so much easier for me without that metal bar down there. But even, yeah, so that metal bar, just like, there was so much buildup, and that's why my teeth was so dirty. I had to go to a deep cleaning, why my roots are horrible down there, all because of that dang stupid metal bar down there. So that's why, another reason I think braces are stupid. But yeah, but even now, like, I think my teeth has just been so accustomed to that metal bar down there. Like, even though I floss every day, it still builds. There's like still build up in between this middle tooth. So I do eventually have to go to the dentist again to get that clean. But yeah, that's basically it. The story of how dentistry and orthodontistry is a huge fucking scam. Also, like, do we even want to get started on wisdom teeth? Like, my wisdom teeth, like, just a small anecdote, I guess. My wisdom teeth, like, never bothered me. Like, no reason for me to get them out, right? Like, except the original dentist that I first saw in Northern Virginia, which I talked about, were like, oh, let me recommend you to a oral surgeon. And like, my oral surgeon was great. Like, I loved the experience. Who says they love the experience of getting their wisdom teeth? But like, it was a great experience. Like, I had no pain afterwards. Like, it was great. Like, one of the best wisdom teeth experiences you can have. And like, but that's like scary too. Like, there's some risk to getting your wisdom teeth out too. But it's like, when I went in for my initial consultation, I was like really, like, in my head, I was like really conflicted, because I was like, should I even do this? Like, this is so dumb. Like, I'm being scammed, like, whatever. So, but I like just went with it, because I did have insurance still under my dad's insurance at the time. But like, I don't think they were necessary to get out, like, my teeth, and they didn't even bother me. But like, the fear they put into you, like, oh, if you don't get these out, like, now it'll be worse when they actually come in. It's like crazy. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, brush your teeth. Floss. I mean, I don't know how many times you need to do it. It's like, I personally only need to do it because like of this bottom area, but yeah. F braces. Just kidding.